Worst the worst, bitch.
Like we're at Fascism.
Systemic violence. What kind of systemic violence would you say there is? No, I would actually like an explanation of the general. Wait, are they telling me? Are you? I think they're telling people not to talk to me.
I think she's got a handle.
I'm interested in what's going on and what the systemic violence is.
Google is free.
Nothing is free. Madam, what does this say here? Google is not free. That was a misnomer. Is the Trump regime fascist? Can you explain? I'm curious. Can anyone explain? What are some of the fascist aspects of the Trump regime? Do you have any ideas? Any explanations? Hey, how you doing? Right on. So, what are some of the ways that you would say that the Trump regime is?
If you're gonna be here, just do this. This is not the space for it.
Why not?
Because you're intimidating people.
How am I intimidating people?
Because you're going up to people and you're being intimidated. This is not the space for it.
No, I'm just asking, like, in what are some of the ways that the Trump administration
No, that's not what you're doing.
No, that's literally what I'm doing.
Going up to people and recording them and being disrespectful.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, like, what are some of the ways that the Trump administration is,
Not the space for it.
What do you mean? This is public space. No, the First Amendment guarantees my right to do this, actually. You should look that up, actually. Intimidating. I mean, that's not my intention.
People actually seem to be transsexuals.
They might be, I don't know.
Have you checked?
I can't, I'm not.
They're asking the question. It seems to be the same parade route.
Somebody know any ways can you explain to me some of the ways that trans rights are under attack? Or like, do you think that some certain trans rights are under threat from this current administration?
Their lives are.
Sure, yeah, like so.
Right.
So like, what are some of the ways you think that some of their rights?
Just existing, they're under attack.
So like,
In
just
public space, they're under attack. Bigoted people have bigoted ideas that put their lives in danger daily.
certain bits.
8 trans people have been murdered already this year.
How many? I'm sorry.
At
What was
least
it?
8.
8 people?
At least documented. We don't know. So many go undocumented.
A lot of people with a lot of different backgrounds do get killed. We do live in a violent society, I'll give you that. That's definitely true.
I mean, you should probably talk to trans women of color.
I'd be delighted to talk to anybody.
I'm not the best person. I'm just here supporting people.
Cool.
So you should follow up with somebody that is actually...
I can't really, by looking at someone, I can't really tell that they're trans. That would be trans-normative, or like, that'd be like heteronormative, wouldn't it?
Did you listen to any of the speakers?
I didn't get here in time.
Well...
Are there gonna be any more speakers?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
There's a lot of information out there that you can inform yourself.
right on, sister.
Black Lives Matter has a lot of information.
Well, Black Lives Matter, I mean, aren't they like paid for by Goldman Sachs and a lot of different like...
Where are you getting your information?
From Color Cop, which is their major financier. What? I'm just somebody who knows. They get Color Cop, which is a tax-deductible 501c, whose largest contributors are Prudential, Goldman Sachs,
I appreciate you like
and Northrop
investigating, but you need to go talk to people that know that experience this on a first-name basis.
Okay.
Well, as a male lesbian who's constantly seeking XXX, LGBT, LPGA, Korean golfer action, I know what it's like to be different sexually. I mean, I'm always looking for some XXX on the TV, never on the DL, and I'm having a hard time finding it. So I think this march speaks to me as well.
Are you silencing his voice as a marginalized person?
You seem to be silencing my sexual issues.
I'm trying to be here for other people.
Well, why aren't you here for me? I'm here for them. I'm here for you.
I think they're being told not to talk to me.
They have handlers, I know.
They're against marginalized voices, I guess.
I know, they don't want to hear my marginalized voice as a male lesbian seeking XXX, LPGA, LGBT, XXX TV action. And it hurts. It hurts almost as much as what So Yun Yu did to me with the pegging episode.
What are some of the ways you would say that society does not value trans lives?
So many ways. It's not never about bathrooms, it's about rights. That's the main thing we're dealing with right now.
What do you stand for other than that you're
I stand for equality. I'm a white female, that doesn't mean that a cis, black, queer person.
I'm asking critical questions.
These are okay. Well, this is America, you have a right to know,
Sure.
but we're all here for equality for all.
Right on.
and silencing those who are asking
I
questions.
just said you have a right to ask, absolutely.
And it would be nice if you would answer.
What are some of the... So you guys think that we're living? Is this fascism we're living under today? Do you think? Would you say? Wow, you must be freezing your buns off.
No, when you have that much fun, it kind of insulates. I think there's an Inuit village that wouldn't mind harpooning her.
Gender bias got to go! Hey, hey!
Do you think that Trump is?
Gender bias got to go! Hey, hey!
Do you think Trump has a problem with trans people, or what do you think, sir? Do you think Trump has a problem with transgender people?
Of course he does. What do you think? Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm not aware of it. The only thing I heard him.
No, he's just rescinded an order of Obama to include gender bias under Title IX of the Education Act, Secondary and Primary Education Act. Yeah, he's big time.
How do we know what biases people have if they're? I mean, if they're like implicit, how do we know? So you can't answer an intelligent question. How can you enforce biases? That's a good
Time to take it back!
Who are you taking it back from? Who are we taking it back from, pray tell?
Donald fucking bitchin' Trump!
Do you think that Trump has a problem with transgender people? And
Yes. He just does. He's letting people be discriminated against. Yeah.
how do we know if, I mean, like, are you talking about like implicit bias type thing, or
Yeah, he has a very obvious bias. Yeah.
Trump does? I would give you Pence for sure.
Don't give him the time!
I don't know if Trump does. I can't confirm or deny that yet. But yeah, they don't want to talk to me. Oh man, fuck the patriarchy. So do you think we live in a patriarchy, sir?
Yeah.
Like, what are some of the ways you would say that we live in a patriarchy?
I would say black women getting paid 67 cents to the dollar for every...
On average.
Yeah.
So not person to person, it's like on average.
Well, black women get paid less than white women, so it's an intersectional patriarchy.
Well, you know that Asian people make 20% more than white people, right?
Yeah,
Is that a pro-Asian patriarchy?
so that's good.
Why is that good, but the other thing's bad?
How does he explain Jewish men making more than everybody?
Yeah, Jewish people make a lot of money. Is that a problem? I wouldn't say that's a problem. That's just people making money. Like, what's wrong with?
And there's a lot of anti-Semites that hate Jewish men.
I don't get why making money is a bad thing.
It only is when the wrong people are making more and the right people are making less.
He pretty much explicitly said that, or implicitly.
That
at
was
least.
my interpretation of what was said. I found that.
I don't get it.
It made my mind hurt a little bit. How about you? Did your mind hurt a little hearing that?
Yeah.
That was a brain squeezer.
This might make for a good compilation video.
Oh, I would say that was a brain squeezer, man.
All right, sir. Do you think that we live in a fascist country, sir?
I can hear you. What?
Do we live in a fascist country? Would you estimate?
Not yet, not with the power of the people doing this, but if we sit down and go back home to our couches and watch Netflix, then yeah, it definitely becomes that. But right now, the democracy of the people is demanding truth to power, and we're demonstrating that. So it's not a fascist state yet.
What are some of the ways you think that it could lead to the fascist state?
Continue with the policies of homophobia, transphobia, immigration, misogynistic.
Well, so I mean, so you said immigration. Do you think like What do you think about the immigration policy is wrong?
I feel like people around the world look at this country as a beacon of hope.
Sure, yeah.
And when they get here, I think it's a little misleading, but they still come here for opportunities, and for us to deny people that opportunity.
So I was gonna say, like, a lot of these people would say that we live in like a patriarchal sort of evil like patriarchy. So like, is it a beacon of hope or is it like an evil patriarchy?
I think it's a lot of media. I think people see what they see in the movies. When they get here, they learn the hard way. I think they're surprised around the world. I've been to Egypt and Saudi Arabia and Germany, and everywhere those places I've gone to, my message is we have a lot of problems too. It's not perfect. It's not paved in gold.
I would say that Saudi Arabia is absolute patriarchy. Saudi Arabia would be an absolute patriarchy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah.
It's like you can be like locked up or killed for like witchcraft and sorcery and shit. It's all kinds of crazy shit, man.
Oh no, you even accidentally bump into a woman and they beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's not a place I would want to live. But I'm trying to like ask, like, what are some of the ways that trans lives are under attack? What are some of the ways that we live in a patriarchy? And what are some of the ways that Trump is like a part of that, or implicitly or explicitly contributing to that? I guess that's my main question for the demonstrators tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
I know that's a lot. That's like a lot of stuff.
It is a lot. I can talk to disability. That's my thing. But you know, I'm not trans. But the issues are a lot of the same. There's different differences, but the same struggle. And when we're still talking about fucking bathrooms, in this day and age, it's ridiculous. And so whether that's access for people with disabilities or folks who identify it one way or another, trans, queer, non-conforming, non-binary, that we still have this struggle to use the fucking bathroom is ridiculous. That this is still a platform. So, and that connects with Trump when he takes away that policy federally and puts it in the hands of the states. Well, state power on these kinds of things do the same things to trans people as they do to disabled people, and that's pretty much lock them away. And
lock them away?
Lock them away, man. Yeah.
Damn.
Where does that happen?
Well, that's that. Well, okay. So
my hand.
Trans folks, there's only so much I can say to that. The depth of my experience is limited. But for people with disabilities, it's huge. It's a huge thing.
The disabled are locked away?
Oh, in nursing facilities. Yeah, $30 a month.
By order of the state?
By order of a system that doesn't invest in community supports and community living. It invests in institutional bias, institutional living. So in Illinois alone, I think it used to be not too long ago, 5% of the funds went to in-home services. Now it's a little bit closer to 47%.
Do you think maybe instead of investing so much on these fixed cameras, they should put cameras on the wheelchairs of the handicapped and pay them to be mobile surveillance systems?
No, I think we should get rid of the surveillance altogether.
So there shouldn't be any objective measuring of what's going on in time and space.
What about the body cams on cops? I thought that was like
I do want.
At least that.
I do want.
Why would you be against a fixed exterior building cam that could cover an even larger piece of real estate than the police officer's body cam?
Because I don't have faith that they are that these fixed things are not invading our privacy.
You're in public.
Sure, I get that part, but they could just as easily scan into one of these windows.
That's not our biggest problem. I have empathy for you.
235.
Well, there's a lot of problems. This is just one.
Do you think free dispute arbitration agreements for bank accounts is our biggest problem? Not being able to sue banks.
Say again.
In the United States, every bank account has a free dispute arbitration agreement in it, which prevents you from suing the bank. That's a huge problem, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that we don't federally license doctors so they can operate freely across.
Tons of
Damn,
problems.
we're losing the crowd.
Look,
Shit.
good luck to you, but I think it should be local. That's all.
I'm
It should be local.
I did not bring.
Well, I think law enforcement being federalized is a military police is a better option because it allows people to have a choice to get a non-unionized police department like they have in Canada with the RCMP.
Hands not feeling like they are there.
Where are you from?
Thing.
UK? No, originally from the UK.
I mean,
No, I mean American now, but where were you?
yeah. I don't know. I wanted to ask. Shit, I wonder if I can even catch up with them. Probably can. I have so many goddamn questions.
It is a problem, but
it's not government.
Okay, with the media outlet or like?
I have my own media thing. I got.
Yeah, that's real.
Just look up Durst on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
DURST?
DUERST. It's like Duerst.
Cool.
Yeah.
Subscribe, bitch.